The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services (HHS) has made a significant decision to reduce its funding for the development of mRNA vaccines. This move, announced on Tuesday, indicates that HHS is winding down its investment in mRNA technology and will redirect its financial support towards alternative vaccine platforms through the Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, BARDA. In a statement, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. revealed that BARDA will be discontinuing 22 investments related to mRNA vaccine development. He argued that these vaccines do not provide effective protection against upper respiratory infections, such as COVID-19 and influenza, despite existing evidence that they are effective in preventing severe illness and death from COVID-19 and show potential against the flu. While some contracts that are in the final stages will continue, HHS has made it clear that no new projects based on mRNA technology will be initiated. "We reviewed the science, listened to the experts, and acted," Kennedy stated, emphasizing the agency's commitment to evidence-based decision-making. Looking ahead, HHS has indicated that BARDA will prioritize vaccine platforms that have demonstrated stronger safety records and transparent practices in clinical and manufacturing data. The agency plans to phase out technologies that were funded during the emergency phase but do not meet current scientific standards, opting instead for solutions that are grounded in ethical evidence, such as whole virus vaccines and innovative platforms. To clarify, messenger RNA, mRNA, is a single strand of genetic material that cells can interpret to produce proteins. In the context of the COVID-19 vaccine, mRNA instructs the body's cells to create a specific part of the virus's spike protein. This process enables the immune system to recognize the spike protein as foreign, preparing it to combat an actual infection. The rapid development and manufacturing capabilities of mRNA vaccines were particularly advantageous during the COVID-19 pandemic. Numerous peer-reviewed studies have confirmed that mRNA vaccines developed under Operation Warp Speed during the Trump administration were highly effective in preventing severe disease and were consistently shown to be very safe. Previously, both the Trump administration and Kennedy, who has a history of making anti-vaccine claims, had stated that they were assessing mRNA projects. In May, HHS also terminated a substantial $590 million contract with Moderna aimed at developing a vaccine for avian influenza. Dr. Peter Hotez, a pediatrician and director of the Center for Vaccine Development at Texas Children's Hospital, expressed concern that HHS's recent announcement would further their pseudoscience agenda and undermine the nation's biosecurity. He noted that while mRNA technology, like all biotechnologies, has its pros and cons, it offers distinct advantages in pandemic situations involving new pathogens, as well as in cancer vaccines and immunotherapeutics. Hotez criticized the current administration under Kennedy for suggesting that the federal government should no longer be a source of innovation in biomedicine, leaving states to fend for themselves. HHS has also announced the cancellation of BARDA's award to Moderna and the University of Texas Medical Branch, UTMB, for an mRNA vaccine targeting H5N1, known as avian flu. Additionally, contracts with Emory University and Teva Biotech are being terminated. Emory has been developing a dry powder mRNA antiviral platform that could be inhaled, while Teva is working on a nanoparticle carrier technology, as detailed on the BARDA website. Furthermore, HHS is de-scoping mRNA-related work in contracts with Luminary Labs, ModeX, and Seqirus. The agency is also rejecting or canceling several pre-award solicitations from companies such as Pfizer, Sanofi Pasteur, CSL Seqirus, and Gritstone, among others. Collaborations with the U.S. Department of Defense that affect nucleic acid-based vaccine projects with AAHI, AstraZeneca, and HDT Bio are also being restructured. The projects affected by these changes are valued at approximately $500 million. Although HHS has stated that other uses of mRNA technology within the department will not be impacted by this announcement, In response to the news, a spokesperson for Moderna, Kelly Cunningham, stated, "We are not aware of any new contract cancellations by BARDA involving Moderna. As previously announced in May, our pandemic flu contract was cancelled, and we do not currently have any active collaboration with BARDA." A representative from Gritstone mentioned that the company ceased operations some time ago, while AstraZeneca declined to comment on the matter. CNN has reached out to Teva Biotech, Emory, Pfizer, Modex, Luminary Labs, CSL Seqirus, and Sanofi for their responses. Dr. Paul Offit, a vaccine scientist at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and an external vaccine advisor to the FDA, criticized Kennedy for making a policy decision that contradicts scientific data. He remarked, he has claimed that mRNA vaccines are unnecessarily dangerous, which is simply incorrect. They are remarkably safe and effective. Offit expressed his dismay at the decision to cut funding based on misleading statements, stating, "It's hard to watch. If another pandemic arises, we will find ourselves unprepared again, putting us at unnecessary risk for no valid reason, and only a few misguided ones." Dr. Jake Scott, an infectious diseases physician in California who worked tirelessly during the COVID-19 pandemic, shared his experience of losing several patients early on. He noted that mRNA vaccines significantly changed the landscape by safely protecting billions from severe illness and death. "I cannot accurately express the profound difference in the hospital environment before and after the vaccine, and that was thanks to mRNA technology," said Scott, who is a clinical associate professor of medicine specializing in infectious diseases at Stanford Medicine. Hearing about HHS's decision to withdraw investment in mRNA vaccines, Scott described it as really depressing and added, "This just hits differently. It makes me sad. It's kind of heartbreaking."